What do we got here today? We got ourselves Team Red with Dead leading the charge. Got his nice suit set up. Got his nice little bike. Got his from a mom on his like 5th birthday. He's been riding that thing since ever. We got ourselves John in here. We got ourselves just Vanish hanging on the back as Assassination. Smitty hanging out as another survival hunter. And Unfollow versus Claws on Team Blue. We got ourselves Lip as a Pandaren monk. Why you look so silly? I don't understand. We got ourselves Maxi Hanks, we got Socati and Azazel. Who's gonna be first? It looks like it's gonna be Socati versus Smitty off the bat. I was thinking that was Dead maybe. It's Dead versus Socati off the top. But that's gonna be Smitty Verban instead versus Socati. It's gonna be somebody who follows Dead. Gonna get a trap on the pet and open her onto Socati. Get a dispense up and running. And it's actually gonna go for range off the bat. Socati is gonna go to the wall ASAP. Gonna hug the pillar. And he has the pet to generate resources off of and death strikes. That's what Smitty is going to be pulling this pet back a little bit. Chain of Ice coming up for Socati. He's actually just tunneling the pet down. If Socati can actually kill the pet, that's going to be one less defensive for Smitty to get. Does land a root on Socati. And Socati might eventually want to swap to the rogue. So the hunter does land a grip, but it doesn't land the big stun to keep him in place. That's going to Smitty continue to lob grenades as Socati, as Abomination joins the fight, does get a freezing trap, not on the A-bomb, but on his other pet. That's going to be Smitty still just trying to land inside the pets as best as possible. The pets are doing way too much damage. Socati is actually able to finally connect with Smitty, getting the Army of the Dead rolling. That's even more things to land inside and more things to kite. And Smitty's just in a bad spot, getting caught up with all his pets. A-bomb making its way over there. Just Wasson actually despawning at the last moment. Smitty did live through most of the bursts that Socati does have. It's going to be necrotics getting stacked up on the hunter. And I think that was going to be a Malek on top of it. With Socati actually tried to Malek all of it and necrotic down all of Smitty's health. His health is just actually dead completely. Even if he goes for a heal, he might be in a really bad spot. Safety trick and procking out right now. Socati is going to trick it out of freezing trap. Does have turtle shell if he wants to use it. Does have a turtle shell if he needs to use it. Might have to use it at one point. Does go for it with a manic bandage. And Socati doing a great thing right here. Just going to turn on the pet. And it's going to try to do damage to the pet. Maybe he can kill the pet after Smitty does. It looks like he does. No, he doesn't kill the pet. Not quite yet. Lidgeborn coming up for Socati, so he doesn't have to send the stun. He's going to get slowed down, but he keeps on trucking. Chain of Ice rolling. Smitty can't go anywhere. Keeps lobbing grenades, but Socati is just a creeping death. That's never going to stop. Just continue. That's approach. Got to be a freezing trap to separate these two for a moment, but it doesn't sit long at all. And Smitty is just in such a bad spot right now. No health available, no healing available. Just used everything he's got. Manic better, just barely getting himself any kind of recovery. More traps just to slow Socati down. But like a zombie in a zombie movie, it's just gonna eventually get to you. It's gonna be slow and steady, but when it hits it, Smitty goes down. Socati taking him out as an Unholy Death Knight would. And now there's Dead up next. Nice little bow for one. Hopefully a bow for the other, I think. I think he got a bow in the bike. I think that's what exactly that did the slash bow. That's going to be Socati. Lobbing grenades. It's going to be the stun. Socati is going to land, get a trick it out of Dead, get a stunned up. Lidgeborn to follow. And this is where Dead is going to try to start taking some damage. Socati is going to get the pet up all running, beefed up and ready to go. Dead is going to go for as much range damage as he can. Monk is biting at Socati. Transfusion coming out. And Dead is going to go for that acceleration and going to peel away from Socati immediately. Socati is going to hit the little muskrat pet that Dead has. Get him knocked out in the open, actually. So knockback trap for Dead. Very interesting option. Socati does pop AMS, but now if there's a freezing trap to follow, not gonna have anything for it. Tricky coming up in about 5 seconds though. Dead is gonna be surrounded by the Army of the Dead. Necrotics is stacked up. Dead's trying to throw a freezing trap at Socati, but not that's gonna happen. It's gonna be an Army of the Dead pet trying to see if he can disengage away from Socati. Maybe one harpoon at him, and Socati's just not going anywhere. He knows exactly there's a harpoon. There's all this mobility tricks the Dead could go for. He's not gonna go for it. Manic bandages do come up to try to get him back a little bit of health, as it still is necrotic out pretty hard. And I think Socati has this one in the back. Harpoon coming in for Dead. A-bomb should follow. That's going to be a stun onto Socati. But Dead is in a bad spot, getting gripped up. And actually right on top of the A-bomb. That's going to be necrotic stacked up. And he does collapse all the Army of the Dead on top of him. Next up is going to be Unfollow, playing out the Frost. Can he slow down Socati already? Socati's already slowed to begin with, but maybe Frost can slow him down much more. Sage and Tricky coming out with a dark bag. Socati is going to have to sacrifice some healing, but at least he gains total amount of health early before dampening really starts to roll in. So Socati is just going to lie behind the pillar for a little bit, but as long as he keeps the chain of ice on Unfollow, he might be in a good spot. That's why Unfollow actually gets to do free damage to the pet and generate a lot of icicles. You can see 5 icicles above his head. So when he goes in for the big burst, that actually could be huge. Getting the temporal up a little bit early, and Socati is going to bail out of that. That's going to be a huge setup by Unfollow into another freeze, into Glacial Spike. AMS is on Spike, and Spike is through all of your AMS. Interesting option. Going to try to go for a bit of blink and try to do damage. No Ember Bolt coming out instead. It's going to dodge a kick by Socati. Focused Azeroth beam to follow. Socati doesn't have a way to stop it. Big damage with the Ember Bolt to follow. Is trying to death strike through all this while Lichborn is up. That's where the Armory of the Dead joins on top of Unfollow. Dropping down the Frozen Orb on top of the Army to slow it down a little bit with a Blizzard to follow. That's going to continue to Frostbolt him as much as he humanly can. Try to slow down the creepy death, but Socati's just continuing to run. Ice block out of Unfollow a little bit early, but he has a second one. He's not in a bad spot at all. He's going to go for Cold Snap immediately just to make sure that a second ice block is going to be available when he needs it. Getting interrupted on Frost, so now he got a kick out of Socati. He could actually go for something. Malady getting dropped up right now is going to ruin him for a second with a polymorph. Maybe does land a polymorph. That's going to be an abomination on top of Unfollow. Can he invis that thing? I think he does get to him. And Socati comes out of polymorph for the last moment, gripping him on top of the abomination. It's almost he gripped him way past where he was at. Ice block again. That's going to be Unfollow in a bad situation. And Socati is at full health with a polymorph. Gonna freeze the pets for a moment. This is where Unfollow does get himself a little bit of moments of respite. Maybe he can go for a bit of food. Can Socati catch up to him fast enough? Does he send the army? He has a pet right next to him, so there he is. There's the other pet. He's just, you know what? I'm gonna mount up. I'm gonna catch up ASAP. That's gonna be Unfollow. Actually, mounting up as well. Where's your pet? Did your pet die? Without his pet, he actually might be in a bad spot. Might want to resummon that thing. If you can. Freezing Orb coming down, and Socati's actually gonna bail away from it for a second. Does summon the Ellie. Now he has the roots he needs. If he can't even make a play here, does get interrupted. Oh no, jukes out the Ring of Frost. It could go for a grip. AMS coming out for Socati a little bit early just to deal with his CC. That's gonna be a Army of the Dead joining up on top of Unfollow. Focus Azeroth beam to cleave through. Now stun comes out. This is stun the beam itself. Unfollow has nothing left here. Necrotic stacked up and down. Another one goes. 7 minutes in. 30% dampening rolling into this duel. That's gonna be Rogues up next. That's going to be only Rogues left. I'm going to guess every one of these Rogues is Assassination. By the weapons, the Jawed is rocking, which kind of like the yellow tint fits the mug. They are Assassination. Get a shot onto Socati. Does get Lichborn out of it immediately. As is going to be Evasion and Vendetta coming down for John. That's going to be Abomination join the fight. John, the bad thing is he's slowed down. He can barely hit Socati. He actually can't reach him. No shot of step available. The pet is coming down. Chain of Ice and just keep it afloat. And the Evasion allows Abomination and the pet to attack him if he's not facing him. Guess he's putting his back to them. Stun coming out. Does trick it out of it immediately. Might want to vanish this. This is going to be a bad situation. How to back Vendetta rolling, but where's the damage coming out? There's no damage. Does land a kid a shot, but does he feel confident with his A-bomb attacking him? He's going to go for advantage. Does he still have dots rolling? If he still has dots, he does have dots. And Socati does make sure to read out him. That's it, John. That's all you had, man. It's going to be a couple swipes, and Socati does take you out. Just Vanish X, the last man standing. And Socati's already given him an ultimatum, like, hey, stay in that room, boy. I drop it down the Death and Decay. There's going to be Shadow Step out of Vanish immediately, too. Immediately Shadow Steps in it. That's going to be Socati getting hit with a kidney. Gonna be some coolness coming out for Vanish, but not everything. Just popping in Lucid Dream just to get the energy flowing. Sage Tricky coming out for Socati with a Transfusion. This is where just Vanish wants to bail out. Sun coming out, does trick it out of it with a Phantom Knights to slow Socati and the pets down. It's going to be Chain of Ice, but he did get away fast enough with that sprint. That's going to be the pet coming up and Socati to follow as he does use his movement effects in order to keep himself afloat. Army of the Dead joining the fight. Going to be full Vendetta, and this is where Vanish is going to go for that evasion. Socati's going to tank up with a Chain of Ice to slow down Vanish, but doesn't want to let him get it too far from LOS. That's going to be Socati. Actually, did his pet die? No, Socati's pet didn't. Did it die? No, Socati's pet didn't die. It looked like Vanish killed it. Socati's actually low in health. Deathback coming out. Just Vanish is going to go for the Cloak of Shadows. Cannot be gripped. Cannot be slowed. The pets are attacking. And that's going to be Vanish coming out. Just vanishing out of there. And Socati's in a bad spot. He can't heal if he have a chance. Cyclonic Blast from a distance. That's going to be just Vanish zapping him away with a laser from afar. With a line of sight. What is that? Oh my goodness. He didn't want to deal with Socati. He didn't want to give him any kind of death strikes. He was like, you know what, I'm gonna zap him and hide. That's 2 minutes in that cooldown. But I was Socati taking out a full enemy team. Can anybody on Team Blue stop Vanish? That's gonna be a very laggy warrior. Maxi Max. What? This man is super laggy. Or maybe he's not laggy. Maybe he was just faking it. But it's hard to tell as he instantly hit with a kidney shot. I think just Vanish is just gonna just dot him up and let him die. Well, nothing you can do about it. If somebody's lagging in these duels, there's not a lot we can really do. Unless Vanish doesn't want to give him like a full reset. But that's gonna be another one down. Azazel up next, trying to see if he can stop Vanish. Is gonna go for Spectral Eyes, but Garrote is gonna land on him anyway. Does have the mobility, could go for a stun lock setup. No, Vanish actually gonna shot us behind him with a kidney shot. Gonna be tricking out Azazel immediately. Stun onto Vanish. Shows a trick, and if he needs to I-beam demonic coming out for Azazel, that's gonna be blind. And Vanish has a vendetta. He could actually one-shot Azazel if he wanted to. Is that what's gonna happen right now, boys? Is that what's happening? Vanish is gonna go for a little bit of food, just trying to make sure he's full reset for the next duel. Probably started moving a little bit early. Should have probably gotten a tick of food early. That's going to be Vanish coming out, or Vendetta coming out for Vanish. Try to get as much damage out into Azazel as he can. It's going to be Evasion to follow as Azazel gets out of that. He's going to go for Metamorphosis right now. Dropping down Darkness. This is where Vanish just wants to shadow step right behind him to get some damage in through the blur. I-beam to follow. Azazel could recover quite a bit of health. Even the 38% dampening just gets on top of just Vanish. Just force to trick it out. But Vanish had him way too low anyway. And Vanish does go for a Vanish in case somebody was going to run up on him right now. Does he not have any dots? I guess he doesn't have any dots. So Lip Tonic? I also call him Lip Tongue for some reason. But that's going to be this guy next. Where's the Vanish? Vanish is going to go for full reset with food. Oh my goodness. Alrighty boys, I think this is where Vanish is going to go for full resets. See if he wants to win these. So we'll see how he does it. He might go for full resets. He might just stay out and fight. We'll see what kind of setup he goes for. Hopefully he gives us not too much fright. Cyclonic Blaster around the corner. Dropping down Liptonic down to half health. It's just an opener with a trinket. Oh my god. What is this game, dude? It's just lasers for everybody, man. Everybody got laser beams. That's how World of Warcraft is now. That's hilarious, dude. This game. The meme beam. Oh, gonna be a trinket out of Liptronic. Was that a bad situation? Vanish is gonna try to go do as much damage as he can. Monk Breath and Venom in there. Liptronic trying to land the Karma on the Rogue. Not gonna happen. Don't really know why he needed to trinket. But he did. He's gonna try to recover some health. Dampening of 46%. They're not gonna let it happen. Garrote coming out by the Rogue. Does nab him in an incap into a dragon kick on top of him. Kid the shot though. I think Lip doesn't even have anything to fall from here. Gonna be a Karma into a blind immediately. Yeah, Vanish. I mean, Lip. I don't think Lip was prepared, boys. I don't think Lip was prepared there. Is that what happened? Sap onto Lip right now, and that's going to be Vanish open up with the Garrote on the side into a kidney shot to follow. It's just going to get a little bit of damage. Marfith and Venom, and that's it, man. And that's all she wrote. Sorry, Lip. Sometimes that's just how it be, you know what I mean? Claus is up next is a balanced Druid. Oh, no. Now that's just going to be no competition against Vanish, man. Is this a U servers? Yes, this is a U servers, my guy. Claus walking to the eye, trying to pick it up, does land a Garrote by Vanish. Going to be a Bark Skin a little bit early. Vanish is not going to commit too many cooldowns. Going to be Thorns by Claus, bash to Vanish, gets out of it immediately. Needs to get dots, trying to go for Sarcer. There's nothing Vanish right now. Vanish has Cloak, has Vanish, has Evasion if he needs to. So that's going to be Claus trying to pump up as much damage as he can. Does land a Disarmament to Vanish. That might be one cooldown that he has. The Vanish does not expect. Get a shot into Claus right now. Does it trick it out of this? This is going to be a full Vendetta rolling. Claus has nothing left. I think it's going to be Vanish. Cheap shot. One shot coming out. Another cheap shot. Maybe a Garrote to follow. Nope, no Garrote to follow. A Claus barely surviving in 14 minutes. 55% dampening. And down it goes. That's going to be Vanish coming back to a 1v5. After Socati have decimated, obliterated the whole team. If you guys weren't aware of who the big boys are in these, I feel like that should tell you everything.